Hello, class. How's everyone doing? Welcome to Monday, April 27th. And this is your career choices class. I'm Mr. Whelan, but you know all that. We are going to work on putting all of the prior learning that we've done on housing, transportation, clothing, food, and sundries, all that prior information that you should have done. We're going to be inputting that onto our budget profile sheet. And then you're going to add in some more information, and I'm going to go over all that with you. Remember, you have already chosen a career based on your likes and interests, and all of this is based off 10 years from now when you're 25. You've either went to college maybe and you're in career mode, or you might have went right into a trade school, but you're now in career mode, or you might have went right to work out of high school. But at this time, you're 25 years old. For this assignment, you're going to be single, but you are living on your own. And so you're going to make sure that you're able to pay all your bills and everything and not go into debt. So I'm going to run you through this. And again, if at any time you have any questions throughout the week, you can always email me or you can respond through the discussion board on Google Classroom. All right. So what I have shared with you is this budget profile, and we've worked with Google Sheets before. Something that's a little bit different on this one is that it has different pages. And so we're going to go through most of these pages. Some we're going to skip this time because we're going to go back and do this assignment pretending that you're married and have a kid. But this time we're going to keep it simple. You're single, no kids. All you have to do is worry about yourself. For this front page, the only thing you're going to enter on this page is your name. You're going to take off Mr. Whelan and you're going to put in your name. All the other information on the screen, you're going to enter that on these other pages, and the amounts or the budget will auto-populate. Remember, we talked about gross income and net income. Gross income is the whole amount of your paycheck before any deductions are taken out. The net income is how much you actually get to deposit into your bank after you pay taxes, Medicare, Social Security, disability, all those things. You might automatically pay into a 401k, or you might have money taken out for insurance. So we're talking about your net pay here. And so this number would be gross pay, or excuse me, net pay, and this would what it equals to net. It takes out about 20%. And then so this is your monthly expenses, multiply that by 12, and that's how much you would have to make gross annually to survive, to pay all your bills without going into debt. So remember, your budget, this amount right here multiplied by 12, this monthly budget must fit in to how much you make a year. And that is going to be based on where you're living, so the state that you're living in, and what career you've chosen. So some of you are going to have a little bit more money to spend because your career goals or plans are a little bit more than others. What you're probably going to find out is when you're done, you're going to have to go back and take some things out because you've probably spent too much. Too nice of a house, too nice of a car, you're spending too much on clothes, but we'll go through all that. So remember, do not type anything on this front page except for your name. So you're going to replace my name with yours. So we're going to start off on housing. And so you're going to come down here and you're going to click on housing. And the first thing you're going to enter in is the information that you've already done of where you're going to live, whether it be in a house, whether you're going to buy that house, or whether you're going to be paying rent, condominium, whatever it might be. And so you're going to enter in all that information. And in this area, you're going to put in what that payment or rent is going to be. And let's just say you put in $1,200. And then again, if you're owning a house, you're going to have property taxes. You're going to have monthly insurance. We talked about that earlier. And these next parts, you're probably going to want to talk with your parents or your guardian or whoever you live with and ask them, what do they pay a month for electricity, gas, water, sewer, garbage, phone, internet, TV, pest control? Maybe they don't have pest control. Maybe they have pool service, just different things. What bills that they have a month. That way you can get an idea of what they're paying. So you're going to enter all that information in. And then you're going to go to transportation. We also did this in the previous exercise. What kind of car are you going to drive? What's the make? Is it a Ford or a Chevy or a Toyota? If it's the model would be like a Corolla. Toyota would be the make. Model would be Corolla. The year. Right? Do you have a new vehicle? Do you have a used vehicle? And the engine, remember we did the engine because depending on what engine your vehicle has, it's going to affect the gas mileage. So then you're just going to enter in your car payments here, and I'm just going to say $300 a month. Now, we're going to assume everyone's driving 350 miles a week. But what I do want you to go, and I put in 99 miles per gallon just to put that number in there because I know it's a number that's probably not true, so you're going to have to change it. But you should have already figured out what the miles per gallon of your vehicle is, and you're going to enter it in there. So if you got a Corolla, maybe it gets 32 miles per gallon, and we're just going to assume that the price of gas is $3.50. So when you enter in all that information, it's going to tell you that you're going to have to pay $165 a month in gas and maintenance and insurance on that vehicle. You're not going to have to get a oil change every month. You're gonna have to pay insurance every month, but anyways, those will vary. So we're gonna keep that at 100 for you, so you don't have to mess with that. So that changes your transportation to the 564. Now, if you notice, you can't really see it because of my screencast, but on that front page, the budget profile, you'll notice that these numbers have already changed, and so you're already gonna have to bring home $2,064 a month net, which means you're going to have to gross $22,580 a month, and it means you're going to have to make $31,000 a year just to have a house and a car. Well, and I do have health care in there because you have to have health care that covered, if you live in California, covered California, or there's the Obamacare. So we already put that, and I'll get to that in a minute. So it already puts all that in for you. So remember, do not type anything in on these screens. Then we're going to go to clothing. You've already should have done this. Now remember, we'll use a version of this where it has clothing for the family, but all you got to do is put in clothing for yourself. How much do you plan on spending on clothing for yourself for the year? You're going to put the total amount here. So let's say you do $1,300 a year, and it's going to automatically divide that by 12, and it's going to change that to your budget profile. Then you're going to go through food. Food is an easy one. It explains everything here. We kind of talked about it, so I'm not going to go to it in depth. You're just going to pick which plan you want to go with, and you're going to enter that number in here. I'm going to go with moderate, so I'll just transpose the 400, and automatically puts the dollars, and it goes through there. We talked about sundries. That's anything that you can buy at the grocery store pretty much that you don't eat, like shampoo, deodorant, toilet paper, cleaning supplies, and stuff like that. How much do you plan to spend on those items a month? I'm just going to throw $40 in there. And I'm not going to do this for all of them. I'm going to stop there, but you're going to see as it goes up. We next have entertainment and recreation, and this kind of talks about all the different things that you might get. You can go through all these, but what are you going to spend per month on entertainment and recreation? So you're going to go through, answer questions, put that in a month. It's going to total them up, and that'll be your entertainment. And then we have the vacations tab, and that one is up to you. Do you want to go on vacation every year? Do you want to go on vacation every other year? I know me and my family and I, we like to go to Hawaii, but because of our budget, we go every other year. We can't afford to go every year. But you can put away money each month. So over the course of 2 years, you'll have enough money to save up to go on that big vacation. So it's up to you what your vacation style is. Some people don't like to go on vacations. Some people like to go on vacations all the time. That's up to you. You're going to skip childcare for this section. It even says in big orange letters, skip this section. You're going to go on to healthcare, which is already done for you because we're assuming that you're in career mode, so you have a decent job, and it's going to at least pay for most of your healthcare. $800 a month is a fair number for decent health insurance. Your employer pays $500. You got to pay $300 out of pocket every month. So that's $300. There's a furnishings tab, and that's just buying a new couch. Maybe you want to buy a new TV, new bed, different things. Just think about what it is you're going to spend per year on furnishings, and it'll automatically divide that by 12, and that'll go in there. Then we're going to go to the last two things. Unfortunately, these are usually the last, or the savings is usually the last one, but you need to save for emergencies. Maybe put in extra money for a retirement account. Repairs, replacements, or major purchases. You don't plan on your washing machine breaking, but it is, and you're going to have to buy a new washing machine or whatever it might be at your house. You don't have to worry about children's college now for this assignment, but later on, that's something you think of. And then an income cushion. Think about today with this, the COVID-19, there are a lot of families and households that people aren't working now. And so it's a good idea to have at least 3 months of salary saved up. So you want to put a little bit of money each month into an income cushion. So if you do lose your job or something happens, you're not starting to rack up debt, credit card debt, and the like. So make sure that you try to put stuff in here. I get it. In the real world, not everyone does, but that's why we're planning ahead to put you to be in a financially stable position in life. And then finally, miscellaneous is just anything that you could think of that I didn't list on here or that's not listed. Maybe you play on a softball team and you got fees for that. Whatever it could be, if you have pets, different things, if you make contributions, social, political, or religious organizations, and then there's some here where you can list other costs that you might want to put in. When you get all that put in, you're going to go back to the first tab, and the main thing is that you're going to, based on the budget or the career interest profile that you turned in earlier, that amount, it must match up. So if your required annual salary is $70,000 a year, but you're spending $90,000, you've got two options. And for this one, the only realistic option is to decrease your budget, because it's not realistic that all of a sudden you were a doctor and now you're going, or you were a plumber and now you're going to be a doctor. So you need to stay to that original budget. And so that is the gist of this assignment. It is due May 1st by midnight, so 11:59 p.m. Make sure you get it turned in. You're going to save this as a PDF and you're going to submit it onto the Mr. Wieland Weebly website, and make sure you get that turned in. Again, if you have any questions, please go ahead and email me or do a discussion on our Google Classroom page. Good luck with this assignment, and I will talk to you next week. Goodbye.